You guys, I am literally so excited for this. I'm going to make this introduction really quick because I know most of you guys already know Amber Parker. Drop a yes in the comments if you already follow Amber Parker and you know how amazing she is. A lot of you guys are new, so there's going to be a lot of you that haven't heard her story. You haven't had the chance to meet with her, and I will just tell you right now, I think I can speak for every single person that has been in a room with her or been on a call with her. A lot of us have been really just lucky to spend time with her, and I can honestly say she's probably been one of the most influential people in my business. And you guys are just gonna love her. So I'm just gonna cut right to it. I'm gonna find Amber, and you guys, we are gonna get started.
Jack up.
What is up, Amber Parker?
Hey, you guys. Oh my gosh, I can't do the speaker view. Sorry. I'm gonna deny it. I want to see people and I hate looking at myself. So, well, it's like when you listen to yourself record, when you record something and you're like, let me listen to that again. You're like, oh my gosh, all the things I wish I would have done differently. No, we don't need my spotlight. Like, let's not do that today. Jackie, what's up, dude? I miss you so much. I could cry, but I won't. We'll keep it together on this Zoom.
Dude, nothing. Miss you too. We love you so much. And I'm just so thankful, first of all, that you took the time to be here with us tonight. I know you're busy. And we're just really excited. So we have a couple questions for you. But if we could start, Amber, just by you telling everybody just like your story, how you got started, just share you, and we're so excited. We're just honored to have you here.
First of all, can everyone just like breathe? Like we're here, right? Like the chaos of the day will be present. If you guys can turn your cameras on, just because I really love connecting with you guys. And this is a gift for me. So I know oftentimes, Zooms, we come and we hope to get something, and I hope to give you something. But more importantly, like you have to know that like this is what fuels my soul. And so thank you, Jackie. I know a lot of people think you're so busy, but I'd rather be busy with bomb freaking amazing people than, doing things that don't produce joy in my life. So this is a blessing for me. So you guys, I've been having a lot of like deja vu moments lately or reflecting moments, I guess, where I'm looking back and like thinking of where my life was 8 years ago, 6 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and the posts that I made. And that's why I love social media, is because the memories pop up and you're like, wow, I've come so far. But my wish is that you would know in 10 years, whatever you make today is just the beginning, and make those vulnerable posts and share where your life's at. So this time, actually, 16 years ago, Josh proposed to me. So today's our proposal anniversary. And that was a beautiful day. And it's a long story, but either way, we're married. We're happily married. That was so long ago. And it's crazy because, I was looking at my time hop earlier, and our life years before this business was hardly surviving. We lived paycheck to paycheck. We tried any and every job and went from job to job to job to what's the best one with the best perks with the most pay, where my husband's not needed 24/7, and I don't want him on a salary job because then he has to work nights and weekends and not get paid for it. And it's crazy. I mean, we've done so much, from summer sales to knocking doors to both of us in the financial industry to getting let go from a company that goes bankrupt overnight. I mean, we've done it all. We've seen it all, and nothing has blessed our lives as long and as much as this company has. And so let's not forget that we all started somewhere from the bottom. I started as a distributor. I started for $200, and I wanted that $200 to $500 one time. One time. That's all I thought I could do. I had no idea about residual income. I was raised with an employee mindset. We were all programmed for an employee mindset, and for a mediocre mindset too, that just doesn't expand our vision and our life and our goals. And years ago, my status said, man, I'm hardly living without my husband. He was gone doing summer sales, and we couldn't afford for both of us to go. And so he would go, 15 days to 30 days to counting down to months. We spent 3 months apart, trying to just survive. And now for the last 7 years, we have been able to spend any and every day together. We've been able to raise our kids together because of this business. We've been able to choose when we want to, be together and not be together and have that freedom. And so I know we all want to start from humble beginnings, and I pray that you keep that humble beginnings. I truly think that that's contributed to our success, is knowing that like I remember the day our lights were shut off. I remember when we were borrowing money to pay our mortgage. I remember when, you know, if my car ran out of gas, we wouldn't be able to tow it. You know, those kind of days, we've had those. And that's when I started this business. I was struggling. I was praying for something more. And I swore up and down I would never do network marketing. I swore up and down I would never build a team. I swore up and down that it was a scam. I mean, I was your biggest skeptic, and that's actually why I tried the product. And so all of those people that are giving you hell, all those people that are, you know, saying, oh, it doesn't work, they're your future ambassadors. If you can hang on to it, you know, if you are consistent enough, they'll come around 6, 7 years later, but they're waiting for you to fail in your first 90 days. And I knew that. I had people tell me that. I had that, you know, lingering of like, and it felt like everybody, right? It felt like one person told you that, but it felt like the world was coming against you. Isn't that interesting that 10 people can give us compliments and encouragement, and one person we let affect the whole trajectory of our business because they're rude or a jerk? Like, come on, right? So that was me when I first started, and I had just been praying for something else. Josh and I did summer sales. We had a baby, Avea, and I knew that that wouldn't last long term. As soon as our kids were going to grow up and have friends, like I didn't want them to start having to be gone all summer so he could go knock doors and make a huge chunk of change for the best part of the year for us to not have income later. And it was in April. Okay, get this. April of 2012, we get offered a huge bonus from this company to go do summer sales with them again. And I just said, I don't know that I can do another summer. I don't know that it's worth the payout. And it wasn't great money. I mean, it definitely survived. And that was in April. And then right after that, and I just said, I just don't think that we can. Can you do something here? You know, and I'll work harder, or I'll work. And of course I have a baby, so like that's minimal. And I remember just praying for that answer for something else. And at that point, praying meant bitching about it long enough before I was sick of it. I didn't really have a faith or a relationship with Christ or anything like that to really understand what that meant. And right after that was when I saw a post on social media, and I saw the body wrap, and I saw the results, and I thought, I'm depressed. I hate my body. I gained 100 pounds with my son and 80 with or 100 pounds with my daughter, 80 with my son. If this product freaking works, I'm going to share it with everyone in the salon, and I'm going to make cash. That was my goal. Never grow a business, never run a network marketing business, never grow the downline, never do parties. No, thank you. I didn't see the time, because my time was spent overthinking about finances, overthinking about how I'm going to provide for my kids, overthinking how in the heck am I going to get another job and be mom and be wife, and all the chaoses of what we think are going to fix the problem, but they're really not solutions to anything. And I had said, you know what, let's just not go this summer. In August of 2012, so that was in April, I followed this girl from April till August. In August, I finally came up with $20. I bribed $5 off because I brought a friend. That's how broke I was. And I said, if I bring a friend, can I get $5 off, because I needed $5 for gas? That's where we were, right? So you might see the luxury life that Jackie and I and all these other VIPs live, but let me not forget where I came from, okay? And I remember messaging a complete stranger, and I tried the body wrap and I cried. Shocker for those of you that know me. That's not a big shock to you guys, but I tried the product and I fell in love, and I said, I just need more of this. I need a full treatment to feel better about myself. And she said, this changed my business. And I hope you guys hear me out on this. Hear me out on this. She said, there's 2 options. You can be a customer and get it at wholesale price, but you order at least 1 product a month for 3 months. And I know she said, and I know you might be strapped for cash. So, and I said, and I lived or portrayed a life that like, we don't want to get vulnerable with. We don't want our friends and family knowing that our electricity is shut off, right? I'm a successful salon owner. How many of you have said that? My husband has a really good job, right? And if people are so offended by you offering cash, more than likely they're the brokest ones out there. And so I thought, don't even come at me thinking I need cash. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm freaking dying. Like, I don't even actually have $59 right now to be a customer. And I didn't know where our finances were going to be. And she said, you know what, actually, and this is where I want you guys to hear me, take this line and grow your business. She said, for $40 more one time, you could have an opportunity to possibly make extra money. For $40 more than being a customer, one time, you could have a business and order as you wish and have the opportunity to make money. And of course, I was thinking, wow, I need income. But then I was also thinking, don't come at me with your business. I do not want to build a team. And I went home. I said, let me talk to my husband. I pulled the husband card. And by the way, like, if you guys know my husband, like, he is like a yes guy and he does not need to tell me yes or no. But I was like, let me go talk to my husband. And I went home and I said, babe, I want this product. It freaking helped my stretch marks so much. Like, I cried. He knew that I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. And he said, babe, I want to say yes. We don't have $100 in the bank account. We were negative $500 when I started. And I had I said, give me a couple days. Let me do a couple hair appointments. I'll find $100. I want to just have the product. And he was like, go for it. He worked for a network marketing company. And so I knew how they were treated. And I said, it's not my thing. I don't want to bug my family and friends. And it wasn't that I didn't want to bug my family and friends. I knew that my family and friends wouldn't support me. And they sure didn't until years later. I had to learn how to build a network, learn how to build relationships with strangers, learn how to, find my best friends through a person or of a referral of a referral of a friend of a friend of a friend, and let go of my friends and family and not be discouraged by my friends and family not supporting me. And so a couple days later, I got started, you guys, and I immediately just posted my own results. That made me my first million. My own results made me my first million. And that was me being excited about the body wrap, that freaking body wrap that you guys all have. It's the number one, I would say, best product we have that is the least talked about product. And it's because everyone talks about the coffee. Everyone talks about the reds. Y'all forget about the foundation of where our company came from, right? And the body wraps work in 45 minutes. The coffee might take 3 weeks. The coffee might take a month. For you to see those results and those body wraps, 45 freaking minutes, man. And I started sharing it and I said, oh my gosh, I could cry as a new mom. I don't remember the exact post, but it was something along the lines of like, as a new mom, I just want to feel confident again in my skin. How many can relate to that? Years later, after you have babies and you're like, yeah, that'd be nice. But we kind of just accept that, oh, I've got a mom bod now or a dad bod. Okay, that's a real thing. Don't, like, the fellas ain't passing through this, right? That's a real thing. We get dad bods, right? So I wanted to feel better in my own skin. And I knew that if I was thinking that, there was at least one other person out in the world that was thinking the same exact thing. And if I can help one person and then another person and another person, I wasn't looking for the masses. I was looking for the one. And a lot of times in our business, we talk to the masses and we need to talk to the one. And that's how you're going to get to the masses, is one by one by one by one, brick by brick by brick, you'll build a house. So I got started, you guys, and I just started sharing my own personal results. And then stranger after stranger after friend were like, you know what, I'm skeptical too. Can I try it? You know what, I'm skeptical too, but I see like you actually had results, right? And I'm like, dude, these are my results. Like, these don't lie. That's my freckle. That's my belly button. Like, yes, these are my stretch marks. And they started to trust me. And so 45 days after that, you guys, I went Ruby. I went Ruby in 45 days. Remember that $200 to $500 I was talking about? That's all I wanted. And I wanted it one time because I thought that was going to save my life. And 45 days later, I got my first Ruby paycheck and I was pissed. I was so upset and I was so angry. And you can give that to Daisy. Go ahead and give that to Daisy. Sorry, Josh is just delivering dinner to me in my room. But 45 days later, I got that paycheck and I was pissed. I was like, I won't be able to eat right now anyways, but I remember calling, my upline wasn't really there. The sponsor, she was like, I don't really do this. And so I called another girl that was Ruby and she was going Emerald. And I said, I think I'm done. It's just not for me. And everyone says, when did those thoughts stop? And I said, I don't know that they ever stop. They just change. And I remember her saying, Amber, you have done such an incredible job. And I said, for $384, I'm pissed. 45 days of my life, every single night, because that was the only time I could work my business was at night. I had kids. I worked in the salon all day. We swapped cars. Josh took the kids home and I would go and work. And she said, if you just keep doing what you're doing, you're going to understand that you can get a $10,000 bonus. And I was like, scam. That's where the scam comes in. It's not true. And she goes, just try it. Just do it with me. And I said, fine, I'll give it a go. In the next 45 days later, November 15th, I went Diamond got that bonus. And that Christmas, we were so far behind on bills that my parents bought our kids Christmas. And I knew in that moment, and this is what I want you guys to understand, there's going to be these moments of all these wants and dreams and desires, and that's phenomenal. But we got to get our list of never, ever, ever again will I X, Y, and Z. And that's going to drive you. Never again will I allow somebody to buy my kids Christmas without me gifting somebody else Christmas. Never again will I allow my lights to shut off. Never again will I be on Wiccan food stamps. Never again will I put $5 in my gas tank. My never again list drives me so much that it allows me to expand. And sometimes we forget that the never ever again moments are the moments that come over and over and over again, every single month, right? And so you have to make that decision that like enough is enough. And so I kept going, and I went to conference. I had a couple of my team members there. My downline bought my plane ticket to go to conference because I couldn't afford it. And she said, pay it forward. And by the time I went to conference, I was able to buy someone else's conference ticket. And I went from making on average diamond pay about $1,500 to $18,000 in 30 days. Did you hear me? From diamond to triple in 30 days. Okay. Now that wasn't 30 days. That was 8 months of consistent work that you didn't see. That was 8 months of crying, missing my kids at nights because I, oh my gosh, whose cute kid is that? Crying because I was like, I know that short-term investment, short-term sacrifices, short-term, oh my gosh, like, yes, I'm missing my husband. Yes, I'm not eating dinner with my kids for 8 months. You know, yes, I'm missing nights and weekends with my kids, but that was the only time I could build my business. And I took 8 months. It's been 8 years of freedom. Now, would you take the next 8 months and truly sacrifice your nights, your weekends, your girls' nights, your bar nights, your excuse me, your game nights? Would you take those moments and turn around and start investing into yourself, investing into your business to have the next 8 years of freedom? Like, yes or yes in the chat. Yes or yes. Like, you want to keep having those moments of pure long-term vision, and we lose sight of that. We're so used to the employee mindset: clock in, clock out, get paid. You don't show up this week, you don't get paid. You show up, you might get a week's of vacation the whole year. Guys, I live a 7-day weekend. It's the most amazing thing. And I wish somebody would have told me my first 8 months, Amber, if you push a little harder, Amber, if you open your eyes a little bit bigger, Amber, if you help one more person, help the next person, help the next person, you're going to have not 8 years, but legacy. I can see my kids turning 18 and being in this business. And Cannon started I started this business when he was 1. Imagine when that cute little kid, I don't even know how to say your name, but I wish I did. And your cute little kid eating those chips right there. Like, oh my gosh, imagine when they're 18, like, where's your life going to be? What legacy are you going to make? What chains are you going to break in your family history? Like, I'm the first millionaire in my whole freaking family with no college education, but I have a grit and a passion that cannot be taught. It has to be earned through the never, ever, ever again will I go back to. And that's what keeps me going. A year and a half later, we went Prez, 2.5 years ambassador, you guys. We've been top income earners since we were a year in the company, and it all started because I wanted $200. But when I got my $200, I knew that I had to help the next person get $200, and the next person $200, and the next person $200. And when we help enough other people, that's when you're going to get what you want. But when you focus on you and what you want and you, good luck. It won't last long term. That's my story, Jackie. A little bit about it. That was a little long. Sorry, it was a little winded. Hopefully y'all are still with me.
Okay, that was so good. Like, are we just like, I mean, I'm looking at your faces. You're like, yes. Okay, so like, who just got like touched by that story? Who got inspired by that story? Like, that is so incredible. Oh my gosh, I'm just reading these comments. Yes, you guys, like, the biggest thing, before we go to the question, the biggest thing, Amber, that you said at the beginning that I was like, wow, I feel more people need to understand this. You said that, people are waiting for you to quit. Like, people, I feel like when we jump into this business, we're waiting for people to take our business seriously, but it's like they don't take our business seriously until we show them that we are about our business. And so that's why that first 90 days is so crucial. And, going diamond in 90 days, like, you guys, I'm fired up. Okay, Amber, are we good to just go right into the questions?
Let's do it. Yep.
Okay, So one of the questions that we actually got a couple times was, talking about, you've been in this business for, what, it was 8 years now? Yes, 8 years, you just said, right? 8 years. You've been through 8 seasons of business. And, one of the questions was, how do we, share with our team the importance of building through the summer when I feel like most people will look at this is the easiest time to put it on the back burner?
So this is interesting because your season begins the day you start, right? So my boom season is actually winter. I didn't know any different. And everyone, when I started, was like, oh, winter, gosh, Christmas time, holidays, like people just don't buy products. I'm sorry, that's when I went diamond. Oh, I'm sorry, June, summer, that's when I went ambassador and I was the only one in the company. So you get to decide when your boom season is. And we were on our diamond call this morning with the Canada leaders, and we talked about this a little bit, but you have to realize your boom season may have been January, February, March, but there's people you signed up in February, March, April, that they're in their boom season. They're in their growth season of, I'm ready for a diamond. I have a bonus. You may not have something, but remember, this isn't about you. This isn't about you. This is about them. How can you help them? And so your boom season changes from what do I need to what foundation can I build? So that way I help enough people. And then come, August, September, October, you're then ranking up again too. And a lot of times we're like, oh, well, I don't have a bonus, so I'm not working. Well, I'm sorry. That's the most selfish, greediest thing that you can think of. And it happens. Y'all, I did it. I've done it. Don't think that I haven't. Everything that I speak is only because I've done it, been there, done that. And luckily it was short like this. And I learned a real good lesson. Okay. So let me like teach you these lessons before you have to learn them the hard way. So you may have your promotion. You may not have a promotion, or you may not have a bonus. Your residual income will pay you more than a bonus ever will. But when you can help somebody else go diamond, they don't know that summer's approaching, that like, oh, summer slow down. I'm sorry, like that's not a thing. There's no seasons that have to be slow or have to be high. We can have a consistent season, right? And it's because if you're completing your steps of success, I'm always going to have somebody that has a goal. Somebody in my team has something, the same exact thing that I once wanted was that $200. My new distributor that I signed up 2 days ago, she wants that $500. My distributor that I signed up last month, they have diamond on their mind. Well, I may not, but that doesn't mean that I can't help them. And then the other thing is too, is that I promote more when I'm busy. Every time I travel, I sign someone up. Every time I'm adventuring with my family, I sign someone up. Every single time that I'm at the lake, I'm mountain biking, I'm shopping, I'm at running groceries in the middle of the day, when I'm doing something, when I'm living my life, that's when my business grows. And I'm going to challenge you to shift that perspective. Go and be with your kids. Show your life. Show, because of this business, I get to buy my kids this juice box now instead of this juice box. I get to, I remember when I could buy my kids 2 Happy Meals, 2 freaking Happy Meals. I was stoked for life. Like, because that was never the case before, right? And it's the simple things that people want to see, and it's not the elaborate things. So don't think that I sit here and, I'm like, oh, I make ambassador pay. Yes, I do. But where did I start that $200 to $500, right? What do I show today? That I can pay a full tank of gas, right? That my car that I just bought and paid for in cash needed a new battery. So we went out and paid cash for a new battery. Like, those are the things that people can't do that would stress them out, right? If my battery died 8 years ago, I would not get a new battery. I would have to find a used one, or I would have to put it on a credit card at 30% interest. That was the life I live. And so you have to show them the little things. And then just always remember, there's somebody else that needs you to show up for them in the way that you showed up for yourself in your first 30 days. And that every 30 days is a new 30 days. Every single 30 days, I start as a distributor. Every 30 days, my account goes down to 0 and I'm not ambassador on the first. And I got to think, who do I get to help? Who do I get to reach out? Who's my 2 to 5 people that I'm going to make sure that they get a paycheck, whether it's $25 or $500. That's where my focus is. And so you might lose your fire, but I pray that you hold on to the distributors that need you. That's what's going to drive you through the summer. I make so much more during the summer. And remember too, it's not the summer slowdown. It was your spring slowdown. This business is 2 to 3 months out. The work that we do today, we won't see today. That's employee mindset. We own a business, guys. Your business mindset is the work that I do today is going to pay off in 3 months, 2 to 3 months. And if we have a down month this month, right, that's a reflection of the lack of work we did 2 to 3 months prior. And so ask yourself, yes, I want to go double diamond this month, but how was your hustle 2 to 3 months ago? Okay. And if you're like, oh my gosh, my volume's dropping this month. Okay, well, what happened 2 to 3 months ago? Well, I exploded. I was enrolling 85 customers a month. Well, then we're 3 months out. Here you go. Like this isn't a hard system to figure out. It's just that it's a consistent system that you need. And so you don't need the peaks and the valleys. You're going to have them. But if you can be consistent, that's what's going to pay. I've been consistent for 8 years. 8 years consistent, 8 years I've been consistently paid. It's a choice. You're not consistent, you're not going to be consistently paid. You don't show up to work consistently, how are you going to get a paycheck every other Friday? You won't. Same, but better.
So speaking on, with consistency, like, I feel, I mean, if you're on our team, that's literally like probably my number one tip, just consistency. Like you just have to be willing to do the things for a longer period of time than most people are willing to do. And when you think about it, it's actually simple, but who here has ever struggled with being consistent? Like who here has ever caught yourself in a situation where you're like, I know that I'm not doing the things that I need to do. And it comes down to what I get not having, like, I mean, I guess my question is like, Amber, what do you do? Like, because I know there's people that are like, well, I know that I really want this and I know I'm not doing the things. What's the connect? Like, what's the advice for that?
So there's 2 things. Number 1, your upline's not responsible for your success and neither is your downline. So that is no longer can be an excuse. And it's the same thing, like my parents aren't responsible for my health and neither are my kids. Right? Is that weird? No. Right? So, but we want to blame it. Oh, I had kids, so I had a mom bod. I want to blame it on my kids. Okay. Or I have a husband, so now I have a wife bod. And it's just not the way that it used to be. Okay. But if okay, how red can I be? Okay. I'm sorry if I'm going to offend you, but here we are. It's going to happen, guys. Okay.
Rock and roll.
Here's the deal. Either you're miserable enough to change it, or there's a part of you that loves it. Okay. If you are unhealthy, there is a part of you that loves it. You love it. You love that it's your excuse. You love that it's your comfort zone. You love that people ask you about it. You love that you've been so consistent in being unhealthy. You love it. Otherwise, you'd change it. Okay? I'm sorry. I said it. And that's with everything. You love your miserable marriage or you would change it. You love driving your car on empty or you would change it. Like it is 2021. The world of change is like this. It is a decision and you can change it quick. It's a decision. And it's a decision that you make day after day after day after day, or you like it. And if you like it, then you no longer can whine about it. How about that? If you like being broke, there was a part of me that loved food stamps. I loved them. I loved everything about it. I loved that I could get milk. I loved that I could, have all this food for free. I loved that I knew my kids were getting fed, but there was one thing I hated enough to say, I'm sick of it. And that was hiding my food stamps at midnight at Walmart, worried because somebody who knew me was going to see me come in with food stamps. And I hated that enough to say, I'm changing this. I'm done. I'm freaking done. I'm not going to, not expand my income, worried that I'm going to lose state assistance. And do you guys understand, like, the vision from WIC and food stamps? Now, there's nothing wrong with it. Hello, I've been on them. They're there for a reason and a purpose, but there's a part of you, it's frustrating to me when people say, oh, I can't go diamond because I'll lose this. You're going to drop $1,000 a month because you're getting $50 here? I'm sorry? Like, have you read Pam Sauter's book, Rich Girl, Poor Girl? Because that's such a poor person mindset. I did this with makeup one time. I would not wear makeup. This is so embarrassing, but you guys, I hope that the perspective you're getting, right? I wouldn't wear makeup unless it was necessary because I felt like it was a waste. A waste of makeup. I'm sorry, what, 0.1 cent of a foundation that I'm using? Like, Amber, put the makeup on. If you're going to wash it off in 2 hours, who cares? You can buy more. And at the time I really couldn't, but it was growing into that mindset of like, dude, this is so dumb that I'm stressing over this stress, or I can just change it. And so if you don't like where you're at, find a never ever again will I go back to here in order to push you. And so you either like your results or you're going to change it. And you're allowed like 3 passes, right? Like I can bitch about it once, twice, third time, like strike out. Don't talk to your upline about it. Don't whine to your husband about it. Don't complain to your kids about it, because there's a part of you that actually really enjoys it. Otherwise, you would change it. You have the power to change anything and everything in your life, including your finances, including your health, by what you think and see. You can literally transform your entire body by your thoughts. And if you don't believe me, go try it. That's it for the business. It's the same exact freaking thing. There's a part of you that likes being here after 2.5 years, or you'd change it. There's a part of you that likes being double diamond after so long, or you change it. And if what you're doing isn't working, change it, right? There's no right or wrong ways to do anything in this life. It's either working, meaning it's producing the results you want, or it's not working, it's not producing the results you want. And if it's not producing the results that you want, then let's change it so you produce the results you want. It's not that hard. But we're programmed, oh, stay there. Oh, it's okay. Oh my gosh, stay there. Right?
Wow. So good. This is like mind-blowing good, Amber Parker, as always. Listen, so now, I feel like I want to focus on Diamond for a second. I know we have a lot of, Diamond and above, but we also have a lot of new people. And I feel like Diamond, it's such a great rank to shoot. Like, it's a great goal. Like, that's a life. I mean, Ruby is life-changing. Executive is life-changing. But when we start talking like change your life, get a taste of this, I feel like it's Diamond. So, let's say you have somebody on here right now that's like, okay, I've made the decision. I'm not happy with where I am. I am fueled to change it. What action steps, can you talk about like what action steps you would suggest for them to do? Like,
yeah, I mean, Diamond is a whole nother level of learning a new business in a language, but it's a belief. And that belief, nobody can give you. Like, we already believe in you. If I'm sitting here and I'm saying, Larissa, listen, you are taking away a gift that I believe in you, and you don't believe in yourself, right? And I could get real deep here, real deep. I won't get there unless it's supposed to be there, but we're gonna move on, okay? If I hate when Zooms happen and literally like there's a voice that says just say this, and I'm like, I freaking forgot what I'm talking about. Shut up. Like, why do I need to say this right now? But here we are, okay? Here's the deal. Diamond's a different language. Diamond's a different breed. Diamond is available to anyone and everyone that wants it. Not everyone wants it. Everyone wants it if it falls in their lap. Everyone wants it if it comes easy. Everyone wants it because it sounds nice. But are you willing to go through hell to get it? Are you willing to? Most no. They won't. They won't send the messages because they're scared. I don't want to do that. That's not for me. I'm not coachable. I want to do this, this, and this. Well, the best leaders pick it up and they adapt. And they say, I've never done that before, but let me give it a shot. Okay? Or the best thing about Diamond is you can do it all yourself. Don't bitch to me about your downline. I don't care, because it doesn't affect you. Guys, I made my entire Diamond chart. By the way, back then it was 24 people, not 15. So you're welcome. Okay? Like, it was 24 people. I signed up all 24 on my own besides one. And that one doesn't do anything anymore. Okay? One person, every single 24 was mine. Guess who got above average? Me. Now we can wait and be like, well, my upline hasn't placed with me, or my upline doesn't help me. What if your upline wasn't here? What would you do? Right? I didn't have an upline. I didn't have a sponsor. I had a vision. I had a goal. I had a dream. I'd never seen a comma ever in my life in one paycheck. That was my goal. I want a freaking comma. I just want a comma. And I felt like $1,000 was literally like $1 million. And it feels like that, right? And so you have to have the desire, print off the Diamond chart and see it. See it before in order to believe it. I have a sweet girl here with me this week. We're doing personal mentoring, and she's catching the vision and she's like, oh my gosh, like I want to do this. And it's so beautiful to watch and see, like you have to learn ruby and then you can learn emerald and then you can learn diamond, right? But what are you going to do once you become diamond? And so I told her all of these things that I did that were super cheesy and maybe not effective, but obviously they were. But one of the things was logging in and out of my eSuite morning, noon, and night. I was a distributor, but I had to come to my eSuite morning, noon, and night and check my downline activity. And I would say things like, so many people are signing up. Wow, this is crazy. I'm making money in my sleep. So many people are signing up. This is so exciting. I can't keep up. So many people on my team are promoting. Every single person that I talk to says yes. And it felt like I was going like this, like banging my head against a window because it wasn't actually happening. But I had to tell myself until I believed it. And on the days when it was like, yeah, I'm logging in, but it's not working and nobody's signing up. Well, how about that bad attitude gets out of here, first of all, right? Everything we think, see, speak, hear comes. It's like this, like you better be careful what you ask for, right? How many of you, every single time you pull into a parking lot, you're like, front row Joe. Every single time I go into a parking lot, there's a front row. It is perfect. Every single time, closest to the door. That is what I want. That is what I get, period, the end. I believe that. And so it's true. And in the test and in the faith, you're going to print this diamond chart and you're going to say, I'm diamond. I have 24 team members. And then you're going to envision what are the names behind it? Okay. You have to believe, stare at it, take it with you, have it ready, be willing to get so freaking crazy out of control that you're building that belief as a muscle. Everyone has it. Some of people, it's just can only lift about 5 pounds of trauma, and others are like, it's okay. What? I can dig. I can push through it. I'm a level 10. So you have to grow into that. But the diamond doesn't start when you reach diamond. The diamond starts today. The double diamond started 2 years ago, right? It's that belief. Black diamond's that black diamond's been en route for 4 years. 4 years. Okay. So you guys, the dreams don't start and appear like this in anything that we do, and especially diamond. But diamond is a way that you can literally untouch an income that you will never see or have at any other job with the amount of freedom that you can do in the way that you can do it. But you have to believe that. And I can't make you believe in yourself. It's so unfortunate. I wish I could. You can borrow my belief, but then the next day you're going to unborrow it when you don't feel like doing something. And the next day you're going to be like, well, Amber believes in me, but then Amber didn't text me. So now I don't believe in myself. No. That's why belief is your muscle. It's not my muscle. It's your muscle. I can't go to the gym and work out, whoo, pumping that iron and you lose weight. It doesn't work like that, right? You have to show up every single day to that gym. You have to show up to your eSuite every single day. You have to show up excited for your market every single day. I can't do that for you. And so diamond begins today, and you never lose sight of the goal, no matter how long it takes you to get there. But a lot of people are like, well, I want diamond, and like I pushed really hard this month and it just didn't happen, so I'm going to quit and give up. Bye. You have an employee mindset. A job may be better for you. We want you guys to be CEOs, bosses. Like nobody tells me when to show up. Nobody tells me when I can go to bed, when I can wake up, when I can go to soccer with my kids, when I can go to private gymnastics with my kids. I'm sorry, no. There's a life of freedom out there, you guys, that I wish I could like explain to people. And it's been so amazing to have Sweet Daisy with me this week. And she's like, Amber, you live this. I'm like, no, I get to work just as freaking hard today. And I find those nooks and crannies. So I never have to go back to a job. So I never have to say, sorry, kids, you have to go to the babysitter today. Sorry, kids, you just weren't worth it. Mom just didn't want to work hard enough today. You live it, you breathe it, and you grow that belief muscle. It is up to you. Because here's the other deal. Me and Jackie can sit here and believe in you all day long. But the minute that we aren't there on your hardest day, which you're going to have them, what are you going to do? Probably not believe in yourself. And so belief is an internal job. We've got to work on it, you guys. It's so incredible because here's the deal. Once you grow that belief, it won't shrink. It'll get rocked, but it won't shrink. You're going to have days where like, I don't freaking believe it can happen. I don't believe it can happen. And that's when you don't lean on you lean on the universe, God, Jesus, whatever you believe in, like the higher power, that soul within you that says, I freaking can, like the little toaster that could, or whatever, the little engine that could. My kids are too old for this stuff, but you guys, like, you have to like keep believing and like, I can do it. And there's times I'm pissed as hell and I'm like, I can freaking do this. And it's like, no, you can't. Yes, I can. Like, yes, I can. And I still go back to Jackie's retreat when Caitlin was pushing so hard to like finish the hike. And I was like, that's the belief that I wish so many had, is that it's going to be freaking hard. This isn't sunshine and rainbows. Okay. There's going to be days where people make fun of you. People block you. People post memes about you. People are already doing that. So what's the big deal? Give them something else to talk about. Right? I don't know if that answered your question, Jackie, but.
No, that absolutely answered my question. And that's like, oh my gosh, you guys, this is so good. Okay, I'm like, I gotta go right to the next question because people are gonna be mad if I don't ask you more questions. This is so good. Oh my gosh, I could literally just listen to you all day, Amber. I just love you so much. This is kind of on the same topic. So I know you're really, you're big on personal development, and that's a big part of like, who you are. One of the questions we had was, what would a book recommendation be that for somebody that is pushing for promotion, but they don't believe that they can hit it?
Oh, there's so many, you guys. There's so many. I think there's a ton, first of all, but it's why do you not believe that you can hit it? And that's the question that you want to ask yourself, right? Is like, why do I not feel like I can do it? One of the books that's just coming to me right now is called Unqualified by Stephen Furtick. It's taking people that feel unqualified for life and showing them that they're well qualified. Unqualified by Stephen Furtick. He's a pastor. He's amazing. And any of his stuff is amazing. Let me see what else. This one's I'm reading for the third time. And you guys don't think that just because you read a book once that it's like locked in forever. Read it again and read it again and read it again. And you're going to get something new every single time. But the Power of Consistency is really good. And then Relentless is really good. Let me see some of the other ones. The Code of the Extraordinary Mind. And if you can handle some cuss words and swear words and do not ever listen to this around a kid, Kevin Hart, The Decision, will wreck you and mess you up in a way that you'll probably never turn back. Like, but it is vulgar. So I will definitely do that one. It's so good. And again, listen to it again. Just because you listen to a book once doesn't mean that it's not, the greatest. And the crazy thing about books, you guys, is just because it's a book that I'm reading doesn't mean that it's a book for you in this season. A lot of times, any of the books or personal development that I get into, I have to be a student and do some research, right? There was a season when I really lacked self-esteem. This was 2019. I was in a car accident in 2018. I wrecked. My whole life was flipped upside down, from the depression to therapy, to a lawsuit. Like I was really struggling with myself and my purpose. But then I'm like, how dare I, when I could have lost my life? Like, am I living my life all out? And I had to Google and listen to affirmations for self-esteem. And it was so annoying. And I was like, why am I here? I'm so past this. But I had to go through that season again. And when we're not past it, we're not greater than the hardest times. It's just the hard times turn into different times. And so Googled, how do I become more self-confident? And I had to listen to stupid affirmations, and they repeated it 10 times, every single one. I am beautiful. 10 times. And I was like, okay, I get it. What's next? Like, just please, somebody press fast forward. Like, I can't hear this anymore. Like, you're so annoying. But it helped. And so, find out what you're missing and then Google it, and something will come up. At this day and age, with whatever we have access to, for somebody to not have a resource, a tool, a book, or really a lesson, like, or the education, is foolish. Like, I have a free education in system, sales, marketing, and friendships, all the things, because I study. I go to school. I've never stepped foot a day in college, but I bet I'll outsell, outmarket, and outlove anyone who's been to college, right? Because I've grown through life. My college is life. And that's 8 years of constant personal development. Personal development, same thing. We can sit on the Zoom all day long and you can be like, oh my gosh, I'm so fired up. I'm so lit. This is the greatest thing ever. And then you're going to get off the Zoom and you're going to find out that your dog pooped all over a carpet and your kid rolled in it. And then you're going to be like, dude, I can't do this. Like, I'm at my wit's end. Okay. And so you have to do your own school. And the best part about this is that nobody can take that from me. Not one person can come and say, I gave you that cell phone, and so now it's mine. Nah, that's mine. My education, my mind, my heart, my soul, my grit. You can't take that from me. They can surpass me, fine, but they can't take it from me. So those are some book ideas.
I love that. And everything that you're saying, like, I don't know if you guys hear this like I'm hearing this, but throughout all the questions, you know, whatever we're talking about, don't you guys just hear like she's just resourceful? She's just resourceful. She didn't have an upline. She was resourceful. She didn't know what a Ruby chart is. Like, nobody comes out of the, you know, into the world being like, I know exactly how to build a Ruby and it works. Like, no, she went and found it, you know? And so sometimes it's like a blessing in disguise. I mean, a blessing and a curse, I guess, to have such a team where all these, you know, resources and, you know, everyone's here at the beck and call. But it's like anytime I listen to someone that's just truly killing it, it's just they went out and they got it. They're hungry for it. You can't teach the hunger. So I love that. Amber, I know you got a call in 10 minutes. Do you have time for one last question?
Yeah, let's do it, dude. For sure.
People that just came and asked the same thing. So, you know, I know we kind of talked about this on the phone the other day, but, you know, especially here in Canada, you know, people have, it's been a hard year for a lot of people. And people were just asking, you know, how do I, like, basically, like, I know you can't motivate your team, but like, they're saying, you know, I feel like my team is going through a really hard time. Like, how do I maybe motivate them when they're not showing up at the level that they were? Like, how, as a leader, do you deal with that?
They never will. They never will. They will never show up into the degree that I wish and I believe that they could, unfortunately. And if they're not, just note that in leadership, in business, your employees are going to show up half of what you do, right? Does the manager show up more than the cashier? For sure, right? Does the CEO show up more than the executive that shows up more than the manager that shows up more than the cashier? For sure. And so if your team will do half of what you do, okay, half of what you do, then increase your second half. You stop managing and you remember that you're a distributor. I don't care what rank you are a distributor. And what would you do as a brand new distributor with no team? That'll remove the frustration and the fear paralyzes you. And that'll give you the faith to say, okay, like, I can drag them or I can go find new. 2,700 million bajillion people turn 18 every single day. So either look at them and say, oh, I'm frustrated. I'm so mad. I'm so angry that they're not showing up and they're not motivated. Probably because you're half-ass motivated too. So, like, I don't get motivated. I get hungry. Like, take me to the buffet. Let's eat, man. Like, what can I pick from in all the things of all the world that I want and all the desires? And if I could have anything and everything that I dreamed, wish, desire, where's my best day? What does that look like? And I stay focused on that vision. And I stay focused that on the first of the month, I don't have ambassadors on my team. I don't have double diamonds on my team. I don't have a rank to maintain. I have my steps to success to complete. I have lives to change forward, new ones, new, always new. Okay. If a McDonald's loses the manager, what do? They go find a new manager, right? If you lose some employees, what do? You go find new employees, right? And so if you lose your team, meaning they're not coming with you, more than likely it's because you've got your head turned backwards, trying to look back and be like, anyone coming? Oh man. And if you just turn around, you'd realize that there is an army of people that are waiting, praying, and aching for a blessing like this. But you've got to be willing to turn around, look forward, look at how many lives you get to bless, look at how many more, the purpose you get to like live. And so don't look back on your team, look at who's not on your team. And you spend more time engaging with new friendships, building new relationships, expanding your business. And at that point, you're going to have the bomb team that you've always wanted. But you look backwards, you're going to trip and fall. So don't look backwards. Like, you go, they'll come or they won't. And that's okay. Not everyone's going to come with me to Double Ambassador. I know it. I just can't wait to find out who does. That's it, right?
That was a mic drop at the end. Oh my God, I feel like I'm winded. Gosh.
So
Ready for this. Dude, listen, Amber, we love you so much. Like, I know, like I said, you know, you're literally, I mean, the most influential person in this business for me. We love you so much. Our team is so grateful for your friendship and your leadership, and no one is ever ready for Amber. No, she's gonna make you cry, okay? No, but in all seriousness, Amber, we're so thankful that you took the time. This is recorded. I saw a couple of you guys sneak on at last minute, so I'll get this uploaded on YouTube tonight. I really recommend you watch this from the beginning. This was really, really good. Amber, we love you so much.
Jack, I love you. And I truly pray, you guys, that, you know, I may not make a lifetime impact, but if I can make an impact for just a moment, it would be that you see the belief that I have in you. And although I don't know you, I want to know you. Although we have never met or hugged, maybe, like, just know that the minute that I can hug you, like, I will. Life's hard, and this business can come with so many trials and tribulations, and I've been through it all, from family deaths to, you know, not being mentally stable, to learning how to pick myself up, to understanding where my bigger purpose and vision is, and so many different things. But, like, I'm not done. I'm not done. And neither are you. And I think that now more than ever, we have a blessing, a gift, and a desire that we know there's a world out there aching for this same exact thing, that are struggling more today than ever before. In our entire 8 years of this business, more people are struggling today, emotionally, physically, financially, that we have something that can truly bless them. And you are only going to take an opportunity to change a person's life if you don't ask them. Just ask them. You're going to get told no, get over it. What about the one that's going to say yes? You're going to have the people that are going to doubt you. That's okay. You keep going.
As soon as this is almost done, I'm just recording it. You did a set on me before.
Sorry, I thought that was you. I was like, "Whoa, that's me out."
I saw somebody unmuted, but I thought that they would mute, but that's okay. But I love you guys, and just know that I'm praying for Canada. I am praying for open borders so I can run across that freaking border so fast. And that I'm just praying for each and every single one of your businesses, that it will flourish, that it will grow, that it will be the best thing for you this year, but also the years to come. And write that never, ever, ever go back to list.
So good. Amber, thank you. We love you so much.
I love you guys too. Have a blessed night and month. Love you, Jack.